Hey everybody, we're here with Site 37 video update number 6, maybe? I'm not sure. But anyway, last video didn't have a whole lot to show. Was kind of disappointed about that, but I wanted to give you guys something. This time I have a bunch of new stuff to show you guys. I'm really excited. I was really excited about making this video. I was holding off. I was going to do a couple more things before I made the video, but I've kind of decided to do a little bit bigger then I would just be working on it forever, basically. So anyway, this is our new menu system here. This is designed to be the first menu of the game. It is still work in progress, as everything is. And we even got a little alpha version. Look at that. All the buttons work, and we'll go to everything except for exit. Exit will close the game, and obviously we're not going to do that. The library is pretty nifty. I'll show that off, and the last thing I'll do is load the test area. But for now, this is what I was really excited about, how I got this to work. So, say you want to change your resolution, whatever, you go to settings, boom, it flies over there to settings. The camera actually moves over. You can kind of hear the static in the background from this, and this is obviously it's blank now, but it'll have stuff like resolution and things like that. So I thought that was really cool. And then yeah, so you just do whatever. Hit apply probably, and then we'll hit back. Oh. Yeah, so that was one of the other things I was kind of excited about. Hopefully it scared somebody. I don't know if it did or not. I know that it's the first Easter egg I've added to the game, and I've kind of ruined it for you guys, anyone who is watching this video. And if I keep this menu system, when they first go to the settings and change their stuff and go back, and he went from over here to in your face, as that's what he does. So it's a little touch that I added just for kind of a, not a joke necessarily, but you know, kind of an Easter egg and stuff like that. So whatever. So let's go ahead and check out the library. You notice that default loading screen popped up. For some reason, it is not taking the loading screen that I wanted to put in there, even though I have erased all traces of that default loading screen from my computer and replaced them with the loading screen that I wanted. And all it was the SCP logo down here rotating. Real simple. I actually, and I won't go into this video, but I'll explain it a little bit later maybe. Now I'll explain it now. I've figured out how to do the persistent loading, where you can have multiple maps that are linked together. It's called level streaming, basically. And it basically means no loading screens, except for maybe one initial loading screen in the beginning. And it's what Gears of War did, if you ever played that, where you're always going through, and what they did is if there was any loading to be done, they hit it with a cinematic or something like that. And that's kind of what I wanted to do with this game, is make it so that you can continuously be going through the game, and even cinematics will be in first-person mode. So the immersion is maximized, and the last thing I want to do is ever take control away from the player. Sometimes we'll have to, but I always want control to be in the player's hands. And so that's kind of this. Anyway, this is obviously work in progress library. This top one doesn't do anything. It's just kind of my template here. But I do have the mask 35 and the sculpture 173. When you click on it, it brings it up. I might animate that menu. Maybe have it slide slide this back in. But for now, this is again work in progress. This will continuously rotate. I might have something here where you can kind of, or that you could click on it and drag it around and stuff. I'm not sure how that would work. I might be above my head for the time being. Also, as you notice, I do have a kind of a little SCP. It's not the full logo, but a little SCP icon for the mouse cursor. This is, if you've looked at the screenshots of the library and stuff, you may notice that it has come a long way since those screenshots. I have added a scroll bar, and these are all blanked out. I copy-pasted this straight from the entry for SCP 35 because it had a lot of text, and so it was good to test this. But this works just fine. Got all the addendums in here. Obviously, the scroll wheel doesn't work with it. I might be able to get that to work, but it's not really necessary. And of course, the little arrows work here. So with the white background, that actually ended up looking pretty good. Containment procedures, where all the so I've split it up: description, containment, and then other data. Other data for this one there isn't any for the time being. This is where maybe pictures, and I'll show you with that with the 173 pictures, media, sound bites, that kind of thing will go over here. And yeah, these will all work just fine. Go back to the front menu. It unloads that model and into the sculpture, and it'll load the sculpture model here. And we'll always have this scroll bar here, just since there's no extra text, it'll be empty, just like when you go to a website and it doesn't fill up your whole page. You still have that scroll bar, but it's kind of blanked out. Again, containment procedures. These actually are usually not long enough that I've had to worry about the scroll bar kind of thing. But yeah, and then other data. So I have the photo from the website. I plan any photos that I get, particularly from the website, for each SCP. What I plan to do is recreate it in UDK. It won't really be in a level or anything necessarily, but I'll recreate it and take a screenshot or a picture of it, and of this exact same thing, but in UDK. It is the ultimate plan, and then that would be here. When you click on it, it does enlarge. That's actually the same exact text underneath it in the website. And you click it again, it'll go away. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of that animation. I don't know if I like it or not. But yeah. And go back. Then we'll quit. It goes back to the main menu. And again, he's back here again. God, I love it in this settings. And back. There he is again. So there's that. Now we'll go to the test area. I'll explain a few more things that I've been messing with here. And that's what's really nice about having this menu system set up, is I don't have to, since I've set it up, I can make a continuous video like this. I don't have to stop the video, go start something else. So if there's a few different things now. Did I do the F1 thing? No, I didn't. For some reason, my prefabs for these doors went apeshit. Ignore him. Here's the model for him in the flesh or concrete. Ignore him for now. I was going to set up an AI. Wow, my VSync is horrible right now. This was something I was kind of working on trying to make a nicer looking sewer. I was also working with the level streaming with this to try to stream another level. What I might have to do when I'm doing level streaming is just do it for new levels, because it seems kind of buggy with the stuff I have right now. But for the time being, we'll just... I just thought it turned out pretty nice, so figured to show it off. All these boxes and this chair's here to show off the physics that I've... Ignore 173 dicking around over there. The physics that I've kind of figured out a little bit of, and they do work as they should. Anyway, they work anyway. They might be a little bit much, but... oh, shit. Yeah. I can't pick them up yet. That's something I'm going to work on in the future here, so where you can pick them up, throw them around, that kind of stuff. And the chair will work too. You can... it's weird. It might just be something I don't know yet, but to make this top heavy so it slides around, I can't do. So it just tips over every time, and then I can crouch. I have to crouch to kind of move it. I don't know. I haven't tried if this will actually take... Oh, fuck you. That's what you guys get to watch, the video of me trying to kick this in here. We'll find out if that went in or if that went in the small one. Let's just go in now. No, it didn't go in here. Here is that same TV. Oh, and I'll explain something with this. This model was, actually, I got it from... I'm going to get at it. And there's just a lighting effect I was working on with the static. It gets louder as you get closer to TV and stuff. And then obviously I took that and used that in the menu because that's kind of where it was good for. That model and these over here, which is why I have these over here, including, I don't know why it's sparkling like crazy there, including 173 here. I actually got from Google Live Sketch. Is it called Live Sketch? Google Sketchup, sorry. Yeah, I got all that gurney, that wall panel, that rusted car, the hockey net, which is obviously was way too small, and 173 actually came from Google SketchUp. Some of these were just the authors were completely anonymous, and they just throw stuff up. And Google SketchUp just has a ton of free models, and at the very least, I can use them for placeholders until we get our own modelers to do pretty much the exact same thing, or at least make them a little bit nicer. But sometimes, like in the case of 173, we could just leave it, and he could just be, that could be his model. I might want to make him a little bit better, but when you're playing a game and shit, you're not going to notice how kind of messy he is a little bit, and he's not supposed to be incredibly beautiful anyway. But yeah, I have this. I haven't messed with it yet, but one thing I will do with the menu system thing that I've figured out is I can then, just like in Doom, where you had your computer monitors, and then when you looked at them, your mouse would work on them, and you could click and interact with stuff. That's something else I'll be working on in the future. But you got a gurney. I don't know if I can jump up on it. I can't get up there. We got this car. You can see it's missing a little bit of the texture there. It is a pain in the ass with some of them. Some of the texture mapping isn't correct sometimes. And you can see that there's obviously some issues there. But most of the time, there'll be placeholders. But in some rare cases, like this gurney, I could easily just use it. There's no reason why. I mean, I'd probably change the texture on the padding, maybe add a sheet or something on top of it. I don't know, something like that. But there's no reason I shouldn't use that when it's a completely free model, as far as I know, from Google SketchUp. It saves us time, and it saves me time in trying to either learn how to make models or tell someone to make a model. Same with him. He looks just like it does in the picture, and he's good to go. So, though ACAB makes some really nice models, as you can see. I mean, look at that fucking chair. It's beautiful. And those boxes. Look at those boxes. No one can make a box. So yeah, that is pretty much what I've been up to since then. What I'm going to do next, right after this, and we'll jump cut to it so it won't be a big deal, is show you guys, if you have an Oculus Rift or another VR headset, you could actually put it on at this point, because it'll be double vision here. And I'm going to kind of walk around this area with the headset, and I'll also show you an issue that kind of arises with it, because, well, I'll explain it here in a second. So I'm just going to jump cut to it here in a second. So, okay, so the vision just changed quite a bit, and we're back here a little bit, and I am looking around in my Oculus Rift. So this is kind of what the idea is. I'm sorry, it's a little jittery. I'm trying to fix it. The issue, while I look around here, and again, this is no different to you if you're not wearing a Rift than it is like just looking at your monitor. But you really, get your sense of depth, and you can see that it works just fine with. Let me jump in the water even. Oh, no, I'm not gonna sink. Oh, there we go. You can jump in the water, get out of the water. Watch as this goes in. Actually, I have my. Hold on, let me see if I can feel around for it. I have my Xbox controller. Oh, there's crouch in the Xbox. Huh. So yeah, I can move around with the Xbox controller. That's a little bit better. The issue that I've kind of found is that if you have it plugged in, even if it's not actually on the Rift, if you have it plugged in, then it, as in the USB is connected to your computer, it will still, the motion tracking will still work, and I guess I could show that off. It's not a big deal. Basically, it takes priority over any camera you have, which means even if you have a fixed camera in UDK and you're telling it, yeah, I can use that. Even if you have a fixed camera in UDK and you tell it, hey, don't let the player move, it still lets you move around your head and stuff. So the menus kind of screw up. So what I'm gonna have to do is actually make separate menus for the Rift, and which I'd have to anyway, just because of how the field of view goes and everything. That's not the issue. The issue is that if you even have it plugged in, it's going to even if you didn't want to play it in Rift mode, it's going to mess up your cameras. So I've looked. There's no actual way right now through Oculus or UDK to disable the head tracking as long as the thing's plugged in. So right now it's you're kind of up shit creek if you don't want to use the Rift to play. If you have a Rift and you don't want to use it to play the game, don't have it plugged in. But the point of having a Rift is playing the Rift-enabled games anyway, so it shouldn't really even be an issue too much. The thing I have to worry about is, let's get here. Whoa! Sorry, I just have so much fun with this. Look into the car here. Oh, I'm not gonna even try. I don't know what I'm getting with this lighting sometimes. It's like blinding me almost. It is really cool looking at this and feeling like it's right there. I get a little tongue-tied when I'm fucking around with the Rift because I'm too busy kind of looking at stuff and whack. Oh, that's weird. I bet I can do that up against this wall, can't I? Or I can see through. That's another thing with the Rift. You can do shit like this, where you can go up against a wall and in UDK, and it happens in any map that I've found. And you can just kind of look through the wall like that. So that's another issue that kind of has to be ironed out. But it's a new thing. It's still in development. Yeah. So keep that in mind. If you this is always a pain in the ass. For some reason, because the camera's like this, sometimes I'll just that worked that time. Sometimes it'll send me back out where I was. There you go. And again, this part of the video is kind of useless to anyone who doesn't have one of these and doesn't really understand how cool it is. But yeah, do what you can, and you really get a feel of how tall this building is. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video update. I showed off a lot of new stuff. Why did that not come back down? Come back down. That's weird. Come on. Close. Am I not hitting the right button? No, that's the right button. I don't know. Fuck it. It's buggy. It's alpha. Fuck you. So there you go. Things are cool. Things are neat. Things are just wonderful. And, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Look at that. Let's look over this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and are maybe even a little bit more excited than you were, since actually showing off some legitimate stuff, not just some pissy little level that I've been working on, but actual things that are kind of game elements, and it feels more like a game. Some people were saying, I'm just gonna ramble on about stuff now at this point, and walk around with the Oculus. So if you haven't realized that yet, there you go. A couple people wanted to play it. There's nothing to play right now. This is about the extent of it. It's walking around looking at this crap in this area because I don't have any other areas really finished to play around. I don't have a weapon. I don't have fists. I don't have a model. There's no player model yet. I'm literally right now just an invisible floating camera that can jump and crouch sometimes. And that's it. So there's nothing really playable. The only thing I could say that's playable is that library. And funny enough, the library I've added was the original idea that I had that started all of this. Was I commented, I said, hey, why is it making me jump? Oh, well, that's interesting. What? Okay, so that's going down to prone. Huh. Whatever. Sorry. His original idea I had was with the whole library thing, and that's all it was going to be. And it kind of expanded from here. So the fact that I've pretty much finished the structure for the library is kind of exciting to me, because that was originally all I was ever going to do. And I've already not finished, but got a lot of that done. So, anyway, I will see you guys around, and again, hopefully you enjoyed the video.